November's pushing on, guys. That's it. It's the final fucking run of the year. 3 weeks from tomorrow, you got Thanksgiving. And then, what is it, 4 weeks after that? Won't even give you a fucking chance. You fucking wake up, you go to the store, and you're hearing fucking, and so this is Christmas. And you're like, what the fuck? It was just July. I was at a baseball game sweating profusely. It's a great day. I'm still writing a book, guys. Listen, the movie came out. Nothing has happened for me. I have not heard from my theatrical agents, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not mad or anything. But it's so funny that the only thing I'm working on right now, this is giving me a chance to work on this book. So I talked to her. We talk an hour and a half to an hour on the phone 4 times a week. This book is moving a lot fucking faster than I anticipated. We, like I said, I cut out, I would go on these fucking ear beatings. And ever since I'm not high all the time anymore, now when I do I look at the main fucking diagram, whatever the thing we did, and then I simplify it, I rewrite it, and then I tell her on the phone, and we just go back and forth. So the process has been great. I'm really happy to do this. My niece is going through some pictures. I used to send her mother pictures for years when I was in Colorado, and a couple of weeks ago, she told me, she goes, I got a bunch of pictures of you and some German Shepherd and shit. I go, oh my God, your mom saved those pictures. So she's getting all the pictures together for the book and all that. So it's coming together great. And I got to be honest with you, this thing was eating away at me for 7 fucking years. I couldn't get this done. Erica has really fucking it's amazing when people know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, next time your car breaks and you're like, I'll do it. I go on YouTube. That's great. That's great. But when your car makes a weird noise, don't come fucking crying to me. When people know what they're doing, they just go right through something. She said, I've learned more from her. Like, guys, after working with her, I had to stop writing. Like, that's how bad I am. It's like when I saw Stanhope in 96, and I almost quit comedy because I knew I'd never be so good, like as good as he was. It's the same fucking thing. This chick just simplifies it. So we were doing a chapter. I wanted to fill you guys in on this chapter real quick. We were doing a chapter on 1998-99. And it was the 4 blocks. That's what the chapter's called. It's Kherson, Vista, Sierra Bonita, and Kherson. And those are the 4 blocks where me, Stanhope, Mitch Hedberg, Ralphie May, and Josh Wolf lived, And we were just going back and forth through the chapter, how we were all broke. Ralphie was friends with Jay Moore and Jeff Ross. That was the only hope we ever had of getting a couple dollars. Like when they came over, if they chipped in 20, like we would each chip in like $2 or $3 and buy like a turkey so Ralphie could deep fry it. Or we would buy, fucking Ralphie would deep fry a fucking turkey in his backyard till 7 in the morning. The thing would be smoking. It was just, you couldn't, we were broke. Now let's simplify this. It was basically at that time, it was me, Doug, Ralphie, Josh Wolf, myself, even Mitch Hedberg. All of us were broke. The only guy that had money, any money, was Doug Stanhope. He had gotten a $10,000 deal from HBO, and that money was probably gone. He would buy us all sodas and shit like that. But we were just 6 or 7 broke comics. There were some other comics in that neighborhood that you don't know. They got out of the business, or they moved away. And it was just the life of a fucking comic, man. It was just so weird to write this chapter. We spent 2 days on it and just talking about it and going back and forth. It was like the highlight of my comedy career. Like, if I have to think about the best time I had in the 30 years, it was 97 through 2000, right before I met Terry. I mean, when I met Terry, it was great too, but it was just me alone. It was bare bones. I was, like when you have a girlfriend and you're doing something, it's like she helped me do it. I was living with her, I was living in a car. I was sleeping on Ralphie May's floor. I was living on Josh Wolf's couch. Josh Wolf was living on a fucking budget. He had no money and 3 kids. Ralphie had no money. He was living on fucking whatever gigs he did. Now, Ralphie was making a lot more money than me and Josh Wolf at the time. But we were broke. We were just, all we were looking to do was make rent, eat, and in my world, pay child support. I wasn't looking to buy cars. I wasn't looking to buy clothes. In fact, I had to decide between socks and underwear. What's more important? Like when you're a broke comic, you have to decide about what do I have money to spend on? Socks and underwear. So I never wore underwear. I said, fuck it. If it's between socks and underwear, you can live without fucking underwear, but you can't live without socks. Your sneakers will be all fucking stinky and shit. So I didn't have underwear, guys. I would just fucking live. I had maybe 4 pair of pants, 4 shirts, a pair of sweats, a couple T-shirts and swimming shorts that doubled as, shorts, like they just doubled. You had no choice, You didn't have a pair of running sneakers. You never, oh, these are my stage sneakers. No, one shoe fits all. That shoe went to the gym with you. That shoe went on the stage with you. That shoe, if you put on a suit, you had to put sneakers on because you didn't have shoes. We were that fucking broke. But I never can remember myself being that happy because we were making it happen. I was auditioning. Was I booking? No. But I wasn't expecting to book. It was my first 2 years here. Yeah, you expected to book because you're a fucking idiot, but not because you're any good. You're like, I got that. No, you didn't. You went in there and fucking blew it. I had nothing going on except whatever I was making going on. So all I had going on was a notebook and the Comedy Store and occasional spots at the Improv and the fucking Laugh Factory. But my life was at the Comedy Store. And dog, when we got $15 a set from the Comedy Store. So if I hosted and did 4 spots, that's $85 a week. And I was happy. $85 a week was like $10,000. Like when I would pick up that $85 for comedy, for my comedy, come on. That was a feeling that you couldn't even, like, I made $85 this week doing comedy. I don't give a fuck about the world. I don't give a fuck about taxes. I don't give a fuck about anything. All I care about is getting on stage, getting better, and finding a place to sleep. Doesn't even have to have a blanket. That's how bare bones we were. We were fucking animals. And you know what? She asked me at the end of the fucking thing, she goes, Joey, from listening to this, I mean, part of it sounds great, but the other part of it sounds like you were struggling. I go, let me tell you something. That was the most fun I ever had in my career, was that little fucking time period when we were broke. We were just going to Ralphie's, eating. We would buy a bottle of, like, the cheapest vodka, like at night, the cheapest vodka. And we'd make Bloody Marys. I never drank a Bloody Mary in my life. I don't ever want to drink a Bloody Mary in my life. But let me tell you something, bitch. When you're broke, you'll drink that fucking Bloody Mary with cocaine. I was doing Bloody Mary with cocaine. I didn't know if it was blood coming out of my nose or tomato juice. I didn't know what the fuck was coming out of my fucking nose. But let me tell you something, man. When I think about those times, like when I got off the phone with her, I looked at the outline, and I'm like, I'm saving this fucking outline. I'm going to frame this fucking outline and sell it, because that was the best time of my fucking life. We had the Sunset Grill, the song the Eagles sing about. We had the Guitar Center. We had the flower shop where, what's his name, would buy flowers from Marilyn Monroe. We had the creepy comic book store, Nuclear Comics, whatever that thing. And that was our day. We just went into those places like we had money. Like we'd walk in, hey, what's going on? And we looked through shit. We used to go into the Guitar Center and fucking just play the drums and play the guitars. The techs would come over and let us do shit. And they would, like, fucking after 10 minutes, they would just walk away. We'd just be making noise. It sounded like Metallica Unplugged if they were drunk and retarded and blind. Like, we were just horrible. But that area was our fucking playground. There was a hotel there on the corner of the Sahara or something, and there was a pimp in there that would get his dick sucked. I mean, we would go watch him, and then he would throw the condoms into the pool, and the pool was green, and all you would see were these big Magnum condoms flitting the fucking thing. That was our entertainment. There was a gas station that I would sit by the corner and wait for the owner to come out and pump gas, because I would run in, get a bag of chips and a soda, and then put my hand behind the counter and take a pack of Marlboro Lights. And when he would come in, there would just be, I only had $1 for the water. That was it, $1 for the soda. I would go in there every time I was broke. And every time he'd be pumping gas, I'd run to the fucking gas station, grab a water bag. That was my breakfast. I lived off of Wendy's 99-cent cheeseburger junior and a bowl of chili at that time. I would get a bowl of chili for 99 cents, a 99 cents junior burger, and fries. That's what we had, $3. Me and Josh Wolford. Josh Wolford made turkey burgers. But my point being, no matter how broke I was, no matter if I had to sleep on the floor, no matter what was going on, what adversity was getting thrown at all of us, we were having the best time of our life because we were doing it on our own fucking time. So if you're one of those people that's thinking of becoming a plumber or an electrician and there's that cold period where you don't have any money, let me tell you something. Get into it. Don't worry about that time because you're not going to be broke. You have friends and you have people around you and you have other acquaintances that are going through the same fucking struggles, and we just made it work. It just worked. While I was in it, I didn't think I was going to get out of it. I was thinking about it yesterday, like 1999, I never thought I was going to get out of being a feature act, fighting to be on the road and all that shit. But years later, things slowed up. I got a job. But at that time right there, 99, none of us had money. Josh Wolf was broke, all of us. And we were just 6 guys helping each other out. You know, every once in a while, Josh Wolf would have extra money. He'd make us turkey burgers with mushrooms and onions and shit. And that turkey burger was like a fucking lobster tail back then. So if you're ever thinking of switching careers or getting something where money's going to be tight for a while, don't let it get to you. Go for it. You know why? Because you're never going to forget that time. That's what's going to make you a better whatever the fuck you want to do. In my case, it may be a better comic going through that time period because I know I went through it and I'll never have to be there again. And it was just a great time doing it. So when I look at my career and I go, yeah, man, I struggled and shit. Let me tell you something. That struggle was fun as fuck. When the struggle ended is when it became work. And that's why I'm not doing it anymore, because it became work. But it was a fun fucking struggle. And if you ever have the opportunity to look forward to it, look forward to it. It's going to make you a strong motherfucker. Like I told him 2 nights ago, I was in the basement listening to fucking music, and I stumbled upon a Supreme song, Keep Me Hanging On by the Supremes. I think it's a great fucking song. It was out of Motown's biggest height, you know. And I know a lot of you people go to the Supremes. What are you thinking, Joey? Jesus Christ. No, I've liked the Supremes since I was 13. My mother listened to them in the bar, and I liked that Motown sound, you know. When I was thinking about it, I go, there's only one person that would appreciate this music, and that's fucking Dean Delray. So I called him up. I go, Dean, I'm listening to the Supremes, and I thought of you because Dean's a student of the game. He likes all fucking music, black, white, Chinese. He'll find the beauty in it. So out of respect for him, today as a guest is my man Dean Delrizzi. We do our daily little, listen, no matter what podcast I'm on, no matter whether you guys like it or not, Dean Delray, Rudy Sarzo, there's a handful of guys that come on my podcast between 90 and 120 days because I miss them. Sickle will be on soon, you know, people like that. I miss these guys. So I hope you enjoy it.